Hey everybody, and welcome back to another lecture with Coding with Roby. In this lecture, we're going to create a hash password so that when a user submits a new user, that password that they pass in, so for example, test1234 ! Will be hashed. So if anybody gets a hold of the password within the user's database, no one will be able to unencrypt the password to actually see what the password is. To do this, we're going to be using a password encryption of bcrypt. Bcrypt is a very popular hashing password, as the characters you receive pretty much make no sense, and there's so many different algorithms that are creating this specific hashed password. To do this, we need to first do a pip install. So let's start by saying pip install, and then in double quotes, we're going to say passlib. And passlib is an extremely popular framework for password hashing. And then in brackets, we're going to say bcrypt. And once you press enter, you can see that you get the passlib downloaded onto your virtual environment. Let's now close the terminal and scroll up in our auth.py file. And let's import crypt context from passlib.context. So from passlib.context, import crypt context. And now let's scroll down, and right above our app.fastapi and right below our class, let's create a new variable called bcrypt_context. This is going to be equal to crypt context. And as the parameters, we're going to say schemes equals a list of just bcrypt. And the second parameter is going to be depreciated equals auto. And now right under app equals FastAPI, let's create a new function called def get password hash, where we pass in a password as the parameter, and we return a bcrypt context of the hash of password. So when we call this function, we pass in a password, and we're going to return the encryption and the hash of the password we pass in using bcrypt. Let's now scroll down to where we create users, and we need to modify our createUserModel.hashedPassword. So right above this, I'm going to say hash password equals get password hash, and we're going to pass in the createUser.password. And now we're going to say createUserModel.hashedPassword is now equal to hash password. And now let's return the create user model. Let's save this file, and let's make sure our server is running. First, we need to cd into to-do app, and then uvicorn auth -- reload. And we get an error, and it's actually called deprecated, not depreciated. So now let's go back to our terminal, our application restarted. And let's switch back to our browser, refresh our Swagger docs, and let's now say try out create user. Again, I'm going to say username is Coding with Roby. Email is codingwithroby@gmail.com. First name Eric, last name Roby, and password is test1234 ! If we say execute, we can see that we get a status code of 200. We get all of our information. But now look at our hashed password. This can only be encrypted back to test1234 exclamation mark when using some type of bcrypt encryption method. This is super powerful. This wraps up this lecture on how we can hash a password, and I will see you in the next video.